So I spent last week in Arizona, and when I landed, I made my way down the jet bridge and out into the airport. And as I tried to find my way to the baggage claim and determine whether everything in Phoenix smelled like a Cinnabon or if somebody behind me had just bought a Pecanabon, I noticed something else equally strange. There were airport wheelchairs everywhere, and not just a couple here or there, but they had entire wheelchair corrals. And just as I realized I was standing next to the Cinnabon, I remembered that this is Arizona, and there are lots of old people here. And throughout the week, this fact was confirmed through the overwhelming presence of full-size sedans, and that I got to spend the week with and celebrate the birthday of this old guy. Happy birthday, Sir Reverend Ron. And that got me thinking. We spend a lot of time in our ministry on campus talking about old people. And sometimes it's about how my cultural references are increasingly outdated. But seriously, who doesn't know Corey and Topanga, and what responsible adult wasn't powerfully shaped by the WB drama Felicity? But most of the time we talk about old people because the college campus is kind of a bubble. And when you come to college, you'll meet lots of different people who all are really, well, kind of the same. You'll meet lots of different people from different places, and these different people will probably hold convictions and ideas that you find pretty unfamiliar, but most college students are about the same age, and most students do come from pretty similar socioeconomic backgrounds. And so outside of relationships with professors or with university staff, the opportunity for students to engage with old people is pretty limited. And I think younger people hear two particular things about old people. The first is that they are the greatest generation, that you should not only respect your elders, but hold them in highest regard just because they happen to have been born before you. And that's a really nice thing to say about them, especially, if you're trying to sell them a book. The second is that old people are the worst, that they're out of touch, that they don't understand computers or texting or dubsteps. And so, inspired by Pete Townsend, we need a revolution to get all these golden girls out of the way so that this generation, my generation, can take control. So my job's really weird because I primarily hang out with either college students or with retired people. And so standing at the intersection of these two groups, both with an abundance of free times, here's what I think the truth is about old people. I don't think they're the greatest, and I don't think they're the worst. Instead, I think old people are just, like humans. And that means that they're inherently no better or worse or smarter or dumb than you. It means that just like the rest of us, they're each sinners and saints, real live human beings. And since they are human, what old people have that some of us may not are whole mountains of human experience. Experiences of living in the world with other humans, with other sinners and saints. And whether those experiences turn into wisdom or not, they can be helpful to young people, to help young people to figure out how to live, to take risks, to make decisions, to engage in the whole process of figuring out life and the holy, not completely dependent on our own selves. And in relationship with old people, we stand on the shoulders of those who have come before us, all in the hope that one day we might be able to do the same for someone else. So on campus, at church, in the grocery store, look for the opportunity to engage old people. Who knows, maybe you'll find some wisdom, and at the very least, you'll have a renewed appreciation for cultural references from the last millennium. See you next week.